Hi there, guys. Randy with the Gateway to Heroes podcast, and these are going to be my reading recommendations for the week. As usual, I'm going to give my shout out to Enos L. Nickens, my friend and co host on the podcast, who does his Big Nick's Picks here on our group page every week, as well as Eddie Nueves and his YouTube channel, Eddie from the Batcave. All right. I'm going to go through my picks. Been a busy week. Haven't gotten to read all these yet. But from Boom Studios, Hello Darkness number 5. This is an anthology title, and while I really love the covers and I'm digging the story from the something that's killing the children add-in that's being done here, I'm not liking the book itself enough to keep going with it. So great covers, but the stories are just kind of so-so. So I'm going to be dumping that. Sorry, Boom. Um, Red Before Black number 3, written by Stephanie Peters with art by Goran Suzuka. I actually am really liking this book. To my friend Al Butler, no, I am not getting that Poison Ivy and Harley vibe that you're getting here with Leo and Val. Um, I think Leo and Val were a little more aggressive with one another, and I don't remember Harley and Ivy ever being that mean to each other. I really like the ending on this though, Al, so you have to let me know what you think about that. I chuckled on the last page. Okay. Um, Absolute Superman number 2 by Jason Aaron with art by Raphael Sandoval. Still really liking the Absolute stuff that's coming out of DC right now. Oddly enough, I like Absolute Superman and Absolute Wonder Woman better than the Absolute Batman, which seems to be the one that everybody was keen on. There's a really nice development with the Lois Lane of this universe and Superman, so you have to read it, find out what it is, but I like where it's going. Um, Action Comics number 1078, of course, still on its weekly schedule, written by Mark Waid with art by Clayton Henry and Michael Shelfer. Also, still the Supergirl universe end story going on. The only thing I do kind of dislike about this one, and I haven't finished it, but the Supergirl universe end story has her out in space on this mission that Superman sent her to, but she's part of this story and even says that this story takes place before that happens. And I'm like, why couldn't you just not put her in this part of the story, right? So haven't read it yet. I've only got a couple pages in before I had to break to go do something else. So hopefully I'll finish that here in a couple days. Sorry, looking at my dog who's stomping around over here. Batman number 155, written by Chip Zdarsky with art by Jorge Fornes. Haven't read this yet. So far, I haven't been disappointed with what Chip Zdarsky's been doing here. And guys, we're only 3 issues away from 158, where Hush 2 will start. So, looking forward to Hush 2. I picked up both issues 1 and 2 of this. I wasn't going to originally grab the series, but I figured I should at least give it a shot. JSA number 1, written by Jeff Lemire with art by Diego Orlantegua. Again, if I ever get a name wrong, hit me there, let me know. But JSA number 1, and of course, JSA number 2. So haven't read these yet. Expect big things from them. Who knows, right? Again, as I always tell you, DC's consistently best written book month in and month out. Poison Ivy number 28, written by G. Willow Wilson with art by Marco Takara. I have the cardstock cover here done by Pablo Villalobos and Mustafa Musa. And I am not even kidding on that name. In fact, if I can actually get that here for you, you can see the names there. So I'm sure I'm butchering both of those names. This is the cardstock cover, and again, here's DC's regular cover. Poison Ivy, I'm telling you, this is a great series if you guys aren't reading it. And finally, Shazam number 18, written by Josie Campbell with art by Dan McQuaid. This is another title that's been on the bubble and is probably going to find its way off my pull list after this issue. All right, That is it. Sorry, I've only read 3 of my pile there. As always, if you have any comments or questions or things you want to point out, hit me up at gatewayheroespodcast@gmail.com. And of course, you can always show us a little support at patreon.com/gatewayheroespodcast. All right, guys. Bye bye. See you next week.